The power needs to come back to the people, but not the way the mainstream and all them are trying to push it. It's going to be up to us, up to the Generation X, because we're the last ones, man. They've already mind controlled all the kids. They're giving them all the radiation from the cell phones and the tablets and what have you. All the vaccinations are giving them to make them sick. You know, it's crazy, this gender stuff that they're pulling, the mind games they're pulling on the kids. It's ridiculous. It hacks me off. You know, things are changing, so we got to keep on fighting. We got to step the game up. We got to go after the mainstream. We got to put them out of business. So anyway, that's what we're going to try to do. But, you know, these articles like this are just complete mind games. You know, they want to blame this stuff on us. Let me show you something here. We're going to get into a lot of stuff tonight. So back in I think this was 2018, 100 special planes and $2.5 billion per year for sulfate geoengineering. This is on the cost and capabilities of lofting technologies. Researchers reviewed a lofting technology that seemed plausible as methods to put 100,000 tons per year of sulfur to an altitude of up to 20 kilometers. The program then scales to 5 million tons per year. The main research involved engaging directly with commercial aerospace vendors to elicit what current near-term technology platforms can achieve. The total estimated cost, $2 billion for a special airframe, $350 million to modify existing low bypass engines. These numbers are toward the lower end. So, I mean, you know, all this stuff has already been going on. Let's go back to 1952. 1952 shows the U.S. military testing biological warfare on the United States. From 1949 to 1969, the U.S. government carried out at least 239 tests on unsuspecting U.S. civilians that were meant to simulate biological weapon attacks. Officials back then used what they believed were harmless simulants of actual bioweapons. The author of the investigative book Clouds of Secrecy, the Army's germ warfare test over populated areas. Let me get this down. I'm not going to play the film. I've already got a bunch of copyright crap going on right now. So these attacks were meant to devastate food supplies, incapacitate both armed forces, human population that directly supports them. That's what we're seeing right now. The narrator says the Navy can deliver a biological or a chemical attack anywhere on 3/4 of the Earth's surface that's covered by water and hundreds of miles inland. We're seeing it going on out in the Pacific right now. So you look at these guys spraying this stuff off the ships right off the coast of San Francisco. They're still doing it, ladies and gentlemen. We show it every night with their own maps, with their own tools. This stuff is real, man. This stuff is going on. Stratospheric aerosol injection tactics and cost for the first 15 years of deployment. All these links will be in the description. Get rid of these as we go. The numbers are horrendous. Almost 30,000 species face extinction because of human activity. What human activity? It's not us, but they want it. They want us to think it is us. You know, they're going to push the climate control because that's what it is. They have the thermostat. They have the thermostat in their hand. They can heat the place up. They can flood it out, they can drought it out. But they want to make you think you're responsible. They want you to pay for their operations and then take away all your rights at the same time. Monsoon flooding death toll rises to 152 in South Asia. We watched this cloud seeding program cause this storm. Nightmare flying ant swarms in Britain are so large they can be seen from space. This is another radar where they try to show you that it's something, but it's not. It's just the microwaves. But they want to say it's bugs and birds and bats and butterflies and all that nonsense. Storms leave 227,000 without power in Metro Detroit. Impact a total of 82,000 customers. And these were freak storms. Wait till you see them on the radar. These are all freak storms, man-made. Hundreds evacuated from Philadelphia retirement community in stifling heat. You know, you guys had, everybody that watches this channel had a 2-week warning from this heat. And then you also know that there's a cool down coming. A big change is coming. That's why we're not seeing as many aerosols being deployed, because they're changing the weather pattern again. Every time we see it, the bunker fuel operations go up, the chemtrails go down, and then there's a big swing. We also had the sea floor of the Outer Banks Island is bubbling methane fumes. Now this is the off of North Carolina, and this is right where the hot spot is on the Earth Knoll. So they're investigating at spot 39 miles up the North Carolina's Outer Banks. Say they have encountered surreal stretch of sea floor filled with geyser-like bubble flumes. Some are continuous, some go a little randomly here. We're also seeing hot spots out off the west coast. More bad news for the farmers. U.S. heat wave to hit a critical time for crops and farmers. These are all engineered droughts. If you go back and really dig into history and look at each war, they droughted every country out. They flooded them out. And then they invaded them. And when you look at what's going on here in America and actually everywhere, you know, they droughted them out first. Then they flood you out. Then they come in. And you notice all the new technology, all the military, they're all training for urban warfare. They're getting ready. We have to get ready. So, yeah, it's just getting crazy here. I'm trying to get through some of these tabs. I got so many tabs up. Sandwiches and salads sold at Target. Fresh Market recalled over listeria. The food is toxic, man. You can't depend on the food. Any kind of processed food. Anything. Everybody needs to help their local farmers out. Buy from your local farmers. Screw Walmart. Screw all these big box stores. Turn the mainstream off. That's how we fight this. You turn the mainstream off. You quit buying from the mega stores, and it forces them to do something different. That's the only way. I mean, if you go in there trying guns blazing, you're just going to get wiped out. It has to be, you have to do it in a smart way. Farmers are using flame-throwing tractors to get rid of the weeds and pests. This is how you should be doing it instead of spraying the Monsanto. It's actually an old article, but I needed the thumbnail, so this is how they should be doing it. Hey, thanks out there, Babu. Man, it is roasting right now. Thanks out there, Super Dave. I just seen the super chat there. Much love. Thanks everybody that joins us every night. They're on Twitch, D Live, Facebook, here on YouTube. I can't monitor all the other ones. So you guys are all on your own there on Facebook. I can't monitor all that stuff. So Austin, Texas, chosen as site for the U.S. Army's new weapons development post. We're going to have some eyes down there. We're going to need some footage to see what they're working with. Scorching heat literally off the charts may soon be coming to the U.S. It's already here. This was back on the 17th. So there's something in here I wanted. Okay, parts of the Midwest in central United States could face what scientists are calling killer heat. Texas, Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas, Oklahoma are among the states that could regularly see temperatures more than 120 degrees by the mid-century. It's because of you. You did it. Your car did it. You know, right here, 3 estimates assume no action will be taken to reduce carbon emissions. The study says, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, most of the country's carbon emissions come from transportation and electricity production. I guess they didn't look up at the military. Do you know that the military puts off more emissions? Our military puts off more emissions than most countries. In fact, probably all the countries. See, everything is a lie, man. Everything is a lie. All you gotta do is look for yourself. Don't believe me, research. China gas factory blast kills at least 12. 12 people have died from a powerful explosion that ripped through a gas plant in central China. Reports said the force of the blast shattered windows from far as 3 kilometers away. We're seeing this all over the world. Everything is blowing up out here. I mean, they have, you know, a plant blow up like every year, a couple of them. Yeah, the EPA is just another alphabet gang. Here's some freak tornado damaged cars, buildings in Manchester. This happened today. Let's see if we can play this. It's right by the Manchester airport. I haven't seen this yet. It may not play. Stream's looking pretty good. Here we go. Oh, gotta turn the sound up or I get struck again. I got a copyright over a video I did in 2015 on chemtrails and 9/11. How the temperature changed from when they weren't spraying from the 9/11. The planes were grounded. Yeah, I got a copyright strike for that video from 2015, man. YouTube is pissing me off. Every video we do every night gets demonetized, and I have to do a manual claim. I mean, I'm talking every night. And last night, they won't monetize it. The one on the naval, the last night, this morning's, but last night, because we're telling the truth. They don't want the truth out. So I wanted to jump over here to Jim Lee's site here and talk about some of these a little bit deeper into the bunker fuel operations. In a single day, one cruise ship emits as much particles as 1 million cars. Sulfuric acid from the aviation and ship tracks may be higher today than geoengineering. Solar radiation management would require in 2020. You know, and they took this layer off here where you can't, like if you could use the 3.6.7 layer, you can see them that good, but they got rid of that one. And what's crazy, man, we can go right here. Hey, thanks, sir, Michelle. We can go right over here to the Earth null. And let me back this out so you can see. We're looking at the planet here. And if you zoom in, like look here. Here's Hawaii. And you're looking over here towards the coast of California. See these long lines? These are the ship tracks. These are the freighters and the ocean ocean liners, and they're putting out so much sulfur that it's leaving, lines on the planet that can be picked up. All these shipping lanes, they've been getting darker and darker over the years. You can see the lighter ones. They're everywhere. This is the global warming. This is the climate change. All these long straight lines. It's not our cars. Yeah, here's the 3.6.7 bad. Look how good they come out when you look at them there. The emissions and the climate change that we're causing, that is already a massive experiment on our world that we don't rely, or they don't really know the outcome. So I don't think we should start another set of experiments and go into geoengineering. Well, it's too late. They're already doing it. Studies have found that ships have a net cooling effect on the planet despite bleaching out nearly 1 billion tons of carbon dioxide each year. That's almost entirely because they also emit sulfur, which can scatter the sunlight in the atmosphere and form or thicken clouds that reflect it away. We're about to kill a massive accidental experiment in reducing global warming. No, they're not. They're going to keep it up. They're going to keep doing this. They're going to keep on with the crazy weather. It's all manufactured weather to push the agenda, to push us into the New World Order. That's what it's all for. Cloud brightening. They want to turn the blue sky white. They've said it. There's tons of articles on it. Yeah, they don't have to run these ships on the bunker fuel. I mean, it's on purpose. There was used to be regulations on it, but they eased them because it was helping, what they said, cool the planet, but it's actually trapping everything in. Try to maintain or even enhance the current cooling effect from currently emitting sulfate aerosols in the troposphere at mid to high northern latitudes. For example, the regulation to ban bunker fuel for ships should be relaxed while encouraging continued use of bunker fuel where the resulting aerosol emissions might be beneficial. So right here is what I was talking about, the regulations to ban the bunker fuel. But they won't. They encourage to continue to use it even though it's killing the aquatic life, the sea life, and then it's floating over the United States and making us all sick. See, that's how it works. No chemtrails on the coast, it don't matter because they're dropping way worse out here in the Pacific. Goldman Sachs explains bunker fuel removal cost. Problem, reaction, solution. Let's create a problem. Oh, hey, we can fix that. By the way, you're really sick. We didn't do it. You had ship tracks over Lake Superior, November 2017. We just had them the other day. Same area. And what they're finding is on these ship tracks, the lines I just showed you here on the Earth null, lightning follows these lines. The storms follow these lines when they're not being, steered with the NEXRADs and the ionospheric heaters and the cloud ionizers. So, yeah, man, great work over here from Jim Lee. Commuter aircraft fuels doped with aerosol generators. See, there's people like us, man, regular people out here that's already done the research. It's all here, but they want to keep it hid. We'll never have the 1 million subscribers or the 10 million people or anything. They won't let it happen. They can't let it happen because that'll make people come together. So we just got to pick our way and claw and try to get to it. Here, let me show you here on my Facebook page. Check out this flooding over in UAE where the global trading company did their program. They love this stuff. So here's the flooding going on in China. Check that out. It looks like Missouri. It looks like Iran when the global trading company did their program out there, where 90% of Iran was underwater from the electromagnetic warfare they were doing. So yeah, crazy stuff. Oh, there! Look at this footage right here. A brush fire in Arizona. This guy caught some crazy footage. It created a fire tornado that formed into a water spout and actually started putting the fire out. This thing is just spinning right there, man. This is a weapon. This is not a normal storm. Normal storms don't just sit in one spot and rotate, even from a fire. Oh yeah, and then another shout out there to Dane Wigginton for calling out the brain to serial brain video. You know, it's always good to have people that are looking out to try to get the truth out, man. So anyway, yeah, let me get out of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few maps. If we get time, maybe we'll take a couple calls. So here we go, man. We're going to look at the temperatures here in a little bit. We'll see what's going on. We know the cloud seeding operations are where the rain's going to be. You know, the whole West Coast, they haven't seen very many chemtrails because they're not getting no rain. You know, they spray out ahead of the storms. That's how they cloud seed. They cloud seed ahead of the storms. Then if they're conjuring up like a hurricane or whatever, they'll seed all the way around it. They'll seed the backside. They'll seed the front side. Look, we got severe storms coming in here on Monday. And we're going to definitely be going into a pattern change. So you pretty much, I can show you this right here. This is on Monday, July 22nd. Aerosols will be being deployed all the way in front of this. The whole East Coast will be getting sprayed. It never fails. They control the weather. They control the thermostat. They control the jet stream. And it's all to play the mind games. Let's put this thing on the temperatures. Let's check out the temperatures. Yeah, we're roasting here in Missouri. You know, here's the other thing. And I noticed, my wife and I noticed this today. We went up to the store, or we went up to town to try to get some grout for our tile stuff. And it was 93 at our house. And we live a good 35 minutes from any town. Like, we're out in the woods. Soon as we got to the highway, it was 96. As soon as we got to Clinton, Missouri, it was 101. In the cities, because they make the streets black. Why is everything black? Why do they make the streets black? Why don't they make them white? Why don't they make all the tops of the buildings white? They're causing the heat flumes around every major city by not using the right kind of paints. It's on purpose. You know, it's pretty crazy how they blame it on us, but yet we pay them to fix the roads and the infrastructure, and it all sucks. You know, they knew if they use black concrete and blacktop, it's going to create more heat. It's going to melt. But they do it anyway. So yeah, man, but I couldn't believe it. So 93 degrees at my house, 30 minutes up into the city, you're at 101. So anyway, here I'm just kind of fast forward. Look at the cool down. We're going to have a cool down. Look at that. We're looking at some pretty good low temperatures. So all the extreme heat's going to be over in the west, up in the upper. You're looking still in the 80s, low 90s. But yeah, this is going to be a big pattern change, and that's why we're seeing the bunker fuel operations out there. And yeah, we're going to see now, once the Sahara dust quits being shipped over here to us, we're going to see the hurricanes start to develop. We'll see what kind of stuff they conjure up this year. And maybe not, man. It depends on what they're doing with the jet stream. It all is revolving around the jet stream. So it looks like, yeah, we're still going to get some really, really hot stuff here at the beginning of August, but that's expected. You're looking at 109 in Oklahoma and Kansas. But I mean, we'll get into the 16-day forecast tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to have a nice little cool down. It's going to last. It seems like these weather pattern changes, they try to keep them around 2 weeks, unless you're trying to do a mega flood, and it's like 2 months. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right above me there, Vessel. I'm straight down 13. Yeah, I go through Warrensburg all the time. In fact, I go to the Lowe's in Warrensburg. 45-minute drive, 45 minutes to an hour drive for me, but that's the closest one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the worldview map. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a bunch of X's and different things going on here in the sky. Look at these big fat liners. Where are we at? Oh, we're right off the coast of Washington and Oregon. You know, they're mixing it in with the bunker fuel. Now, I had all this loaded. There's no reason this should not be loaded all the way up. Man. Yep, I had this whole damn thing preloaded. And now it's like not loaded at all. This is BS. I get so tired of these guys messing with my stuff. So yeah, big spraying operation out here. See, they're doing the 2-part mix. This is the 2-part mix to mix with the bunker fuels. Let's back it out. Let me just see if I can see where the bunker fuel operations are. They were right down here. There was 2 down here in the Bajas. They're not really showing up on this map. Oh, I see a bunch over here. We got some liners out here. We'll put on the layer. Let's go ahead and put the layer on. So yeah, we definitely have the lines right here, the lines that are expanding out. That's some bunker fuel. Got one here, got some up here. Bunch of them up the coast of Russia, up there near Kamchatka. Still, you got plenty right here in the center. I think we're right underneath. Yeah, we're right underneath the Bering Islands up here. The Bering Strait. Oh, we do have some right here. They're just not coming in real good. Yeah, there they are. Now I can see them. There they are. They're right in there. So where are we at here? We are straight off the coast of Northern California. And are they down here? Oh, yes. They got some monster ship tracks in the southern Bajas. So you got big, long, all these real big, fat yellow lines right here. That's the bunker fuel. You got, they're doing like U shapes up here. Big long runs, grid patterns. We'll take that off. See, they're hard to spot unless you know how to spot them. This is all a bunker fuel line. See, we know how to get through and look at these. We have aerosols being deployed here off the coast of Mexico. So they're setting something up for the Gulf of Mexico. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Yep. Europe does the same way, man. They cloud seed. Normally it's 2 days before the rain. Normally you get pummeled 2 days before the rain, all the way up into the day of the rain, and even while it's raining. But a general rule, if you're wanting to just try to test this theory, you'll see the heavy spraying operations 2 days. I mean, it's like exactly 2 days before every storm. Like we could go up here, like we got mega cloud seeding up on these storms up over the north. These storms have been guided up here for several weeks. I mean, we called it, we've been watching it. And why is this not loading again? Man, I had all this stuff loaded. Because when you change the different layers here, it took pictures at different times, and you can actually see when the spraying operation started, and you can see them in action progress. No, if you missed out the next day, the hurricane video that we forecasted the hurricane to hit Florida, you had to watch the next night's broadcast. They deleted it. Nothing changed on the maps. I did our next night we did the live show, and I went back and showed how they deleted the data. They just deleted just the hurricane. All the rain and everything else stayed the same. The pressures all stayed the same, but they completely deleted the hurricane. Just took it off the map like it never was there, and we caught them. They did it overnight. I've only seen that one other time, but yeah, man, they do that stuff. So that's why sometimes if we call it out and we get the warning out, we can actually make them delete the hurricanes. That's what they did. Yeah, it was definitely bizarre, man. That's why sometimes I think we make a difference. I think sometimes I know the mainstream watches this, because it's funny, because usually if I use some new term, then they steal it like a day or two later or the next day. It's happened, like 10 times. So they're definitely monitoring. They know we're starting to kick their butt. So yeah, you just got heavy aerosols all over this storm. We'll see it much better in the Ghost 17. I can't believe this thing ain't loaded. Wow, what is going on, man? It gets ridiculous, man. I get this stuff ready each night just for them to stiff us. I mean, the stream is running a lot better. So let's go up here into the Northeast. You know who's getting really bombarded? Philadelphia, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts. And if I get these layers to load, you're going to see. I mean, you had a big fat, like a smoke curtain being dropped over New York. Yeah, all this stuff was loaded. I don't know why we're having to reload this. Because I like showing the progression. But like I said, we'll just jump on over to the Ghost 17 in a minute. So all this is synthetic cloud seeding operations up here in the Gulf of Maine. Maine, you're going to be getting sprayed probably right now. You're probably being sprayed right now. If Radical Ralph is out there, he's probably getting sprayed. So yeah, definitely. Hey, Richie out there, much love out there. We get a lot of slack, man, when we, if people don't like other people's channel, too bad, man. We don't have to agree. That's a perfect example of, people not opening their minds. We don't have to all believe the same thing, but we all need to stand behind the air we breathe. We need to fight that together. And, I was pretty amazed at all the thumbs down we got. I knew they were coming. But hey, that's, we're going to take punches. We're going to give punches. But you have to get past the division. I've known Richie for a long time, man. We've talked for off and on. I mean, I talk to tons of people out there. People out there that call other people's shield channels and all that. That's all BS. You know, at least you can reach out to some of the guys out here and they'll answer you. They don't keep hid. And when they see something that's bad, then we're going to jump on it, man. We're going to jump on it. We have to stop it because it's trying to completely deceive what's really going on. Anyway, guys, let's jump over to the Ghost 16 real quick. Man, I am burning up right now. Now you're going to see the aerosols being deployed. Let me kind of highlight all this a little better. Look at this cloud seeding operations and the weather generators going off in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. Oh, here's all the bunker fuel, all this smoke looking stuff up here that's going to show up here over Oregon, Washington, Idaho. Here, the bunker fuel is going to be coming in. Just watch up here. The bunker fuel's drifting in, drifting in. Oh, you got a mega cloud seeding operation up there. But yeah, there's all the bunker fuel, the low level bunker fuel, aerosols and bunker fuel being deployed in these freak storms. And we can zoom in on this stuff, man. Look at this, is all fake synthetic clouds. So it's really showing up down here in the southern states. Here, let's jump down here and take a quick look. So to say there's no spraying operations going on, bullshit, all lies. And we'll prove it. We'll prove it every night, man. And it's too bad. Look at that spraying operation over Georgia. Hold on, let me slow this down. All right, guys, so I guarantee there's a power plant right here, and they're pumping out. Here, let me show you what they're pumping out here. Check this out. This will blow your mind. So what I just showed you there, all them, that's what these are right here. Check this out. Now when I turn this up, you see these are emanating them, but look at all the cloud seeding operations to the north, to the east, and the storms are running backwards, man. They're running backwards. I guarantee if you live down here, you know the storms don't run that way. Look, and they're cloud seeding the way they want the storms to go. It happens every time. They're spraying now in Texas, Arkansas, because they're pulling this moisture that way. They've got the nanobots in there. They got the nanoparticulates in there. Now they can steer it with the electromagnetics. They can steer it with radio frequencies. Look at that big X there over Texas. Let's jump up to the freak storm up here. Let's go take a look at Washington, or Detroit, Michigan, Wyoming, man, I'm all messed up. Wisconsin. Whoa, them storms don't even look normal. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably back out a little bit, but you can see the aerosols being deployed right in the back side of that. Yeah, I'm a little bit too close. I need to hit the edge to get the aerosols. Let's try going over towards New York. Yeah, she Never Lose Truth does great work too. I just don't get time to watch a lot of other people's videos, man. Like, I work a full-time job, then I come home, I have to deal with farm animals, I have to finish building my house because I'm right in the smack in the middle of a build with very little money, and I'm the contractor. There's nobody helping my wife and I. We've built the whole house, buy or sell. Most of the wood has been out of used wood, scrap wood, jobs I tore down years ago, windows I've had for like 20 years that I've been saving for this particular time. And that's why it pisses me off, because I'd like to be able to get my house built before they destroy everything. You know, that was my main goal, is to build a house and have some land, you know, like most people. And then what happens? As soon as I sold everything I had to buy the property, magically, you know, and I was making videos on weather warfare, magically, as soon as I sold everything I had, we bought the property, staying in an RV. We get slammed with a mega hailstorm, a freak hailstorm. Then 1 week or 2 weeks later, suddenly I have prostate cancer. That's supposed to be a slow growing cancer, but I went from having no cancer to full-fledged cancer. Had to have a major operation. So here we are on a property of land with no house, destroyed RV, and I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't move for like 6 months. I missed tons of work. And you notice I didn't make any videos. I might have made a couple here and there, but I did never come on. I never did come on and ask for money or nothing. You know, I dealt with it, and I'm still dealing with it. So you get targeted. You get targeted when you tell the truth, but we keep fighting back. They tried to take me out, but it didn't work. When it's my time to go, it'll be my time to go, but it's not going to be on their dime. Or at least if it is, man, I'm going to go out, you know, not easy. What do we got flying through here? I'm like looking at this. It looks like you may have military chaff, low-flying military chaff being deployed underneath. Let's go ahead and go check the bunker fuel operations. I'm gonna have to go over to the west. Yeah, and that's, yeah, one thing, you know, cell phones and all that probably could give you cancer. I think they injected it to me, because this is crazy what happened to me. I went to the doctor for my normal 6-month, you know, my 6-month checkup thing for work and all that. And I felt really good, man. I just sold all my house, sold my vet, sold everything I had that I'd saved up for, you know, 20 years to buy this property and stuff. And I went for this normal doctor visit. You know, they always take the blood pressure. Look at all that bunker fuel right there. They take the blood pressure, and all of a sudden this lady doctor or lady comes in, and I'm thinking it's the lady that's going to give me the blood pressure thing, because I was sitting right there. You know, they told me, yeah, there's some right there. They told me to go over here, sit down over here, right where you take your blood pressure. And the next thing I know, she jazzed me in the arm, and she goes, tetanus booster, and then stomps out real fast. I'm like, what the F just happened? I don't take shots. So I was forcibly injected, and then 2 days later I get a call saying, hey, you need to go to a urologist. Now most guys, I was like 49. This stuff isn't supposed to hit guys till they're like 60. It's the leading cause of death in men is prostate cancer. Now I went, and I'm like, what the hell? And I went and had, you know, got some tests done. Guys should have, you know, between a 0 and a 4 in your PSA. Mine was a 28. That's right, 28. So I went from being perfectly healthy to somehow having instant cancer and if I didn't have an operation or a chemotherapy, I was going to die within the year. That's what the doctors told me. I've never been back since the operation. I'm still alive. You know. So anyway, that's what happened. And there's some more strange stuff that goes along with that. I mean, I'm talking really strange stuff. I've talked about it in a video where I was attacked by an evil entity on the way home. You know, at the time when they injected me, I didn't think nothing about it. I didn't know who the nurse was. I mean, I've been going there for, 20 years. Never have seen her since. I think she was some kind of government. Whoa, what do we got going right here? Wow. Okay, you see this big half radius line, and I hope you guys can see this. Now there's another half radius line that comes off of it, and it blows in. Now that is something strange right there. Hopefully when this video processes, you can see that ship tracks down there, definitely in the Bajas. Look at all of them down there, man. Let me try to zoom in on that if it'll let me. I don't know if I can. Yeah, let's go down here. This could be pretty insane. That injection was like, I had my operation in 2017, so it was about 3 months before that. Now, I believe me, I fought the cancer naturally for a few months, and I brought it down from a 28 to a 25, doing all the, there, look at all them ship tracks, doing all the natural cures. But I mean, it was, my whole prostate was full of it, so I had to have it cut out. Almost all my prostate was cut out. And man, I tell you what, they cut me up. I have scar, like I had a couple people come out and visit me. My old co-host, Cannons, if you guys remember him from my old live show. He come out and visit me. I had Pad out there come out, him and his wife come out and visit me, and man, I was in bad shape. I had holes all over me. Like, man, I was deformed from the operation. Radial, I can't even remember what they called it, but it was done by a robot. I also think they implanted something behind my ear. I got a little bitty weird thing in there, like the size of rice, so. Yeah, pretty insane, man. Insane stuff. So, all that money I had, for the house, I had to pay $2,000 up front to have the operation, or they wouldn't do it. But then they told me, they didn't tell me I had to pay $2,000 to the hospital, $2,000 to the urologist. But luckily, my company that I've worked for 20 years gave me the $2,000 to get everything going. So they took care of me there. Massive ship operation out here in the Baja still. So wow. But anyway, guys, we're going to call this a show. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We'll do the 16-day forecast tomorrow. So don't miss that, because that's where you're going to get all the vital heads up ahead of time. You're going to find out about these chemtrails and ship tracks. But yeah. Anyway, guys, much love out there. I don't go to the doctors no more, man. I do my own self-healing, and I know I have a Holy Spirit that helps me and guides me. He's keeping me around for what we're doing right now. Anyway, guys, much love. Let's rise. We're going to rise soon. We're going to figure this all out. But the main thing right now is to get the people off the mainstream media. Get them to quit shopping at the Walmarts, buy from your local farmers. Something I thought about today. If they hit us with the EMP, you know, I don't have sponsors. I don't have the Patreon or nothing like that. One thing you guys should have, everybody should have, and I use these for my band. Back when I had my band, we'd always blow fuses out. Go get you some. I had my PSA tested 5 times from different companies. I got second opinions, third opinions. Yeah, I went through all that stuff. I've done all that. So I'm done with all that stuff anyway now. Now I lost my train. Oh, go out and get you guys the wind-up flashlights. You know, you don't need to buy all these weird flashlights that all these survival places are selling, the solar flashlights and stuff, man. Get you a wind-up flashlights, man. I use them for my band, man. We constantly blew fuses. I keep them tied up to my PA. You wind it a couple times, you got light, man. They last for a long time. They never go dead. They never need a battery. They don't need solar. They don't need nothing. They're little wind up. In fact, I bought 2 today on sale, and they were American Cross. I don't have them up here, so I can't look at them. Maybe we'll give one of them away here soon, and I'll do a little video on what they are. I'll show you the ones I use for my band equipment, because man, you buy them once, they're not that much. I think I paid $14 for these, so I'll do a little video on one of them. But yeah, you just wind it up. It's ran on magnetics, you know, like old time technology. Anyway, guys, much love. Here we go. Let's rise. Let's hit the songs. I'll come join you in chat. I'll come give away the treasure chest over on D Live. And here we go. Much love, guys. Be safe out there. Armor up. That's what we got to do. Armor up. And get some armor. Both. Anyway, much love. Here we go. All right, guys, welcome back. Testing the audio. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear us? Here we are reporting from the above ground world news FEMA Region 7 hideout. Anyway, guys, it's Saturday night. We made it to Saturday night. Much love out there. You know, we're on here every night trying to dig through the evil plan that we have to go through, because it's our time. And you know, as we battle the darkness, we're seeing how they are deploying their tactics by division. They try to divide us through race. They try to race bait us, try to start wars that we don't need. The whole mainstream media is full of deception. The left, the right paradigm is all deception. It's all fake. And when people first come and watch this stuff, man, they think we're nuts. But if you can just spark a little bit of opening in their minds, and then you start tilting to where you start seeing what's really going on, and the total mind games that they're playing on us. Just like this article right here. Call it the Trump heat wave. The current scorcher is just a taste of what's coming. And they go on to say Trump policies push parts of Florida and Texas to endure 5 months a year of heat index over 100 degrees. Now, in my opinion, the presidents and all the politicians, they're all just like a soap opera show. They're not real. They're actors, just like the mainstream media. They're all actors. So they want to divide us. They put these guys up here in office like Trump and whatever other candidate they got here coming up in 2020. And it's all just a show, man. This weather modification has been going on since the 1800s. But you can see the mainstream media wants to say Trump's in charge. Trump's not in charge. Everybody wants to try to rally behind their favorite actor. But that's what they are. They're just actors. The true battle is the battle between the good versus the evil. And that's what we're trying to get through to the people that aren't awake. They don't want us to come together like in Iceland. Iceland had the pots and pans revolution. They got rid of all their corrupt politicians with their pots and pans. That's what needs to happen worldwide, because it's all the governments. It's not the people of any country. It's the governments. It's the people in power. The power needs to come back to the people, but not the way the mainstream and all them are trying to push it. It's going to be up to us, up to the Generation X, because we're the last ones, man. They've already mind controlled all the kids. They're giving them all the radiation from the cell phones and the tablets and what have you. All the vaccinations are giving them to make them sick. It's crazy, this gender stuff that they're pulling, the mind games they're pulling on the kids. It's ridiculous. It hacks me off. Things are changing, so we got to keep on fighting. We got to step the game up. We got to go after the mainstream. We got to put them out of business. So anyway, that's what we're going to try to do. But, these articles like this are just complete mind games. They want to blame this stuff on us. Let me show you something here. We're going to get into a lot of stuff tonight. So back in I think this was 2018, 100 special planes and $2.5 billion per year for sulfate geoengineering. This is on the cost and capabilities of lofting technologies. Researchers reviewed a lofting technology that seemed plausible as methods to put 100,000 tons per year of sulfur to an altitude of up to 20 kilometers. The program then scales to 5 million tons per year. The main research involved engaging directly with commercial aerospace vendors to elicit what current near-term technology platforms can achieve. The total estimated cost, $2 billion for a special airframe, $350 million to modify existing low bypass engines. These numbers are toward the lower end. So, I mean, all this stuff has already been going on. Let's go back to 1952. 1952 shows the U.S. military testing biological warfare on the United States. From 1949 to 1969, the U.S. government carried out at least 239 tests on unsuspecting U.S. civilians that were meant to simulate biological weapon attacks. Officials back then used what they believed were harmless simulants of actual bioweapons. The author that invested a book, Clouds of Secrecy, the Army's germ warfare test over populated areas. Let me get this down. I'm not going to play the film. I've already got a bunch of copyright crap going on right now. So these attacks were meant to devastate food supplies, incapacitate both armed forces, human population that directly supports them. That's what we're seeing right now. The narrator says the Navy can deliver a biological or a chemical attack anywhere on 3/4 of the Earth's surface that's covered by water and hundreds of miles inland. We're seeing it going on out in the Pacific right now. So you look at these guys spraying this stuff off the ships right off the coast of San Francisco. They're still doing it, ladies and gentlemen. We show it every night with their own maps, with their own tools. This stuff is real, man. This stuff is going on. Stratospheric aerosol injection tactics and cost for the first 15 years of deployment. All these links will be in the description. Get rid of these as we go. The numbers are horrendous. Almost 30,000 species face extinction because of human activity. What human activity? It's not us, but they want us to think it is us. They're going to push the climate control, because that's what it is. They have the thermostat. They have the thermostat in their hand. They can heat the place up. They can flood it out. They can drought it out. But they want to make you think you're responsible. They want you to pay for their operations and then take away all your rights at the same time. Monsoon flooding death toll rises to 152 in South Asia. We watched this cloud seeding program cause this storm. Nightmare flying ant swarms in Britain are so large they can be seen from space. This is another radar where they try to show you that it's something, but it's not. It's just the microwaves. But they want to say it's bugs and birds and bats and butterflies and all that nonsense. Storms leave 227,000 without power in Metro Detroit. Impact a total of 82,000 customers. And these were freak storms. Wait till you see them on the radar. These are all freak storms, man-made. Hundreds evacuated from Philadelphia retirement community in stifling heat. You guys everybody that watches this channel had a 2-week warning from this heat. And then you also know that there's a cool down coming. A big change is coming. That's why we're not seeing as many aerosols being deployed, because they're changing the weather pattern again. Every time we see it, the bunker fuel operations go up, the chemtrails go down, and then there's a big swing. We also had the sea floor of the Outer Banks Island is bubbling methane fumes.